Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a 22nd of February 2026, which makes a 22222 portal. And it opens a rare alignment of amplified twos. In numerology, number 2 is harmony, intuition, and divine partnership. When it's multiplied, its frequency magnifies manifestation through alignment, not force. It's not about chasing, it's about calibrating with your desires, aligning with your desires, and we'll talk about how you can accomplish that very easily. So when your thoughts, emotions, and actions agree, reality responds. So write it in the comments. When my thoughts, emotions, and actions agree, reality responds. Write it down and memorize it, because this is the basic principle of this reality. So today invites you to become coherent. I will talk today about what the 222 portal actually is, numerologically explained so it can make sense, why 22222 carries amplified energetic significance, what's the hidden root number of today and what it activates. We'll talk about the psychological nervous system component of manifestation that is very important. We'll talk about why most people block their manifestations unconsciously, how to use this portal for relationships, money, purpose, and growth. And we will do a structured activation practice you can do today. So this is powerful information that I'm about to share with you, and I want you to open your heart and get ready. So first of all, what is this portal today? Well, in numerology, the number 2 represents duality, balance, relationships, sensitivity, cooperation, faith in unseen timing, and emotional intelligence. And when these numbers repeat, like today, this frequency amplifies. And it's not some kind of a superstition. Numerology is a symbolic language of patterns, and the human brain is wired to respond to patterns. When numbers repeat, for example, they act as psychological anchors, or they interrupt our autopilot and make us more conscious. That's why when you're conscious and aware, when you see 222 on a car plate, you wake up from your autopilot and maybe you ask, oh, what does it mean? Or you just set an intention, or you return back into the awareness of your body, and in that moment you've been interrupted, and now you became conscious. And now as you're conscious, you can choose to set an intention, or you can do something kind, or you can just do something consciously. So literally, because you've seen some kind of a strange, unexpected pattern, it changed you. And more we are aware around this knowledge, more we can use this kind of patterns to have conscious intentions, to have conscious actions, to have conscious acts of kindness, or just to embody the energy of our future. And more we are aware, more we start seeing this kind of synchronicities. Like I see these numbers all the time, and they always wake me up, and I get reminded of get back into the energy of your future self. We'll talk about this today, how to do it. And on today's day, we don't just have multiplied twos. We see a sequence dominated by number 2, but there's also a hidden root. So if we put, in numerology, we put numbers together, like 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 16. And because 16 is not a master number, because master numbers are only 11, 22, 33, 44. If it's not a master number, we also put 16 together, like 1 plus 6, and we get 7. And then we have a surface frequency, which is 22222, and we have a hidden root frequency, which is 7. And therefore we have two different themes for today. So when it comes to external energy, to what we feel on the surface is harmony, and what we feel deep within is awakening, inner awakening, because number 7 is about inner awakening. It's also a number of luck, and it's because when we wake up to truly who we are, lucky things start happening to us. It just feels like lucky things start happening to us. So this means that today's day activates alignment outside and inside. You will have many insights, but very interesting ones, because what I'm about to share with you will wake you up. So it's about recalibrating your energy, and feel energetic. If you're sensitive to energies, you may feel these energies. And if I just quickly share what I feel a bit slower than usually, but not a need for slow movement, but rather just the right pace to get into my frequency. So I like to say to people that each of us is like a very unique string on a guitar. We all resonate to a unique frequency, and frequency is like a pace of vibration, and we need to know what is our pace. Like, I don't like too fast action. I mean, I like to go on a run, I like extreme sports, but when it comes to my creativity, I need just the right pace, not too slow, not too fast. When I get into the zone, then time disappears, space disappears, and I'm in the present moment. And this is what you may experience today. More awareness around what is your pace in this life. And therefore you may feel more emotional, more intuitive, and more reflective. Those are beautiful energies, because when we are more emotional, we become more aware of what we feel. When we become more aware of what we feel, we can acknowledge what we feel, and usually there's a deep desire beneath all these emotions, and it's maybe desire for more, desire to fulfill what we lack. And if we dive deeper, there's intuition. Intuition can help us to know how to fulfill this desire. So that's why we need to get into our own pace. That's why relaxation is so important. So many of you may feel more reflective today, more sensitive to conflict, more drawn toward solitude or deeper conversations. So this is all connected to number 2, energy. And number 2 energy is like lunar energy. Like when we have a full moon, it's subtle energy, it's relational, it's not aggressive, but it pulls us inward. And it's feminine energy, so it's creativity. And then we need to use our masculine energy, dive into our imagination and find the most valuable ideas, pull them out, organize them, and take action with them. That's how we can create alignment between feminine and masculine energies. So it's not about pushing harder, it's about becoming more coherent. So I want to quickly share with you something I've created that I'm super excited about. We've created a brand new community on a brand new platform where I've put together very well organized, structured teachings in a simple way to understand as possible, to help you go through these processes if you still find some subconscious limitations or limiting beliefs, if you find hard times to really get into the energy of who you really are and manifest a life for you effortlessly, and to have the right tools at one place, and as I said, everything well organized, and to have community at one place of doers who want to hold one another accountable. We've created this space, so I'm super excited to share this with you. And also every single week I will join in live and I will do live coaching, and we will be able to connect and communicate, and it's so wonderful. And yeah, I just wanted to share this with you with today's message, because we need to know how to put this information into action, because otherwise it just sounds nice, but our lives don't change. So yes, today's energy is more reflective. You may feel more emotional, you may feel more intuitive, and I want to take you deeper so you can know exactly what to do with these energies. Because when we really align with them, we start manifesting effortlessly. I always say people, manifestation should never feel forced. If it feels forced, it's because it's coming from either anxiety or lack or fear of being behind or comparison or desperation or mental over-efforting. When it's done from the flow, when we know exactly what we want, we get into the mind of the person who is, completely natural with that, we'll also emotionally feel aligned with it, and then we'll also start moving like that person, and that's where manifestation becomes effortless. So today's energy, what it is giving you is it is helping you to become more aware of where you are misaligned. So let's talk a little bit why or what blocks our manifestation, what blocks us in our life, so we don't experience this kind of effortless manifestation. And here we truly need to be honest with ourselves. So I want you to be really honest with you right now. Most people try to manifest, as I said before, from either anxiety, like I feel anxious so I want to change, or lack, I feel lack and I want more abundance. They want to manifest from fear of being behind, or from comparison, or from desperation, or from mental over-efforting, constantly analyzing when it will happen. And in that state, you can try to repeat affirmations, but your body will feel completely out of any possibility to believe it will work. You can try to visualize, and emotionally you will feel disappointed, or you can even try to script abundance or that ideal reality, but subconsciously you will fear responsibility. And because law of attraction does not respond to what you want or to your words, it responds to your emotional baseline, to your expectations, to your identity or sense of self, and to where you feel safe. Therefore, energetically, you're not ready for the reality that you want, because you are supporting the one that you're in right now. So the power of the mind is not in forcing belief, it is in sustaining expectation. And that means that you become the person for whom that reality is completely normal. And when you become that person in your mind, like you start to think like that person, you get into the knowledge that that person has, you will also start to feel emotionally like that person. And when you feel like that person, you will also move and behave like that person. And that's where your personality was altered, because you literally became someone else. Not that you've really changed who you are this beautiful soul having a human experience, but the way you express yourself changed. And that is sustained expectation. You became a different person that can sustain new reality. And expectation is built through coherence. We can't force this process. We need to go through some kind of a process of relaxation where we identify what was limiting us, and then we let go of it and we step into a new identity. This is what I teach in a very structured way on our community. You can find the link in the description of this video. So what today is really activating? I will give you 3 different questions right now, and you can come up with your own answers to see what today's day is activating, so you can literally experience it right now. The first question is, are your thoughts aligned with your desires? So what do I mean by that? You have some kind of a desire, and that's beautiful. Like, this is normal human need. Like, we have desire to grow, we have desire to give, we have desire to be loved, we have desire to feel safe, and things like that. So where in your life there's a desire, but your thoughts are not aligned with it. So what does it mean? If you desire something, you must think like a person that is completely normal with it, that looks at it as something normal. And when you don't think about it like that, like, to me it's normal to have a YouTube channel, to me it's normal to make videos, to me it's normal to go into the gym, to me it's normal to be healthy. But in the past it was not. So how it became normal? Firstly, I've started looking up to other people that were doing it. Then I've started looking into how they're doing it, and it became more familiar to me. I've started thinking more like a person who has that, who is doing that. And I've started reading books and truly, slowly thinking more like a person who has a fulfillment of that desire, and eventually it became real for me as well. This is how your thoughts align with your desires. Then the second question that today's day is activating awareness around: are your emotions aligned with your future? Are your emotions aligned with your future? So what does that mean? Firstly, come up with an answer. Write it down in your notebook. How we know we are not emotionally aligned with our future? Well, we desire to be healthy, but we feel completely emotionally disappointed about our own habits, or we just feel unmotivated. That's how we are emotionally not aligned with our future. So if in the future you're healthy, then in the present moment you need to get into a mindset of a healthy person. So what healthy person does? Healthy person has organized sleeping routines and sleeping cycles, eats healthy, drinks a lot of water with most probably some electrolytes or some sea salt. And healthy person is working out, doing yoga and meditating and things like that. So how does that person thinks? That person is proud of themselves. That person loves themselves. That person is happy how their lives are going. And now if you can get into this mentality, you will also emotionally feel truly motivated to go into the gym. You will become the person who is working out every single day, who is eating healthy, because you will decide this is the only reality for you, nothing else. It becomes a part of you. And now the third question that today's energy is activating awareness around: are your habits aligned with your vision? Are your habits aligned with your vision? So just look at in your life. Are my habits aligned with my vision? Because now you have a vision for your life. Hopefully. If not, write it down. Who are you in the future? And then you can ask yourself, what a person that lives this life, what are his or her habits? Because if these things are not aligned, you create friction, and friction delays manifestation. Today exposes where you are split. So for example, you want love but avoid vulnerability. You want wealth but distrust stability. You want purpose but avoid discipline. Or you want visibility but fear criticism. And today's portal reveals misalignment because it mirrors what lives within you as belief system. So if you truly want more love in your life, become vulnerable with yourself and with at least one person with whom you can develop more honesty, so you become more safe in sharing yourself, right? It's hard to create deep relationships if we are not safe in sharing ourselves. Then when we want more wealth, what we actually need is energy of stability. Energy of stability. To become stable in our routines, to become stable in our mindset, because sometimes we're at two different places. Like we're in old mindset and in new one, and then we're shifting between old and new. So in my programs I teach exactly how to anchor in the new one so we can stay there. Because when we create stability in our minds, in our routines, and in our actions, so we also build some kind of a discipline, so we stay true to that new lifestyle, this is now the foundation of wealth. For that kind of a person, it's destined to become wealthy because their energy became stable, so they also feel more capacity to work on their passions or to become greater whomever at your work, to serve others. It just naturally, we have more energy when we are stable, so we naturally want to give something to society. We want to show our gifts to the world. We want to bring it out because, as I mentioned before, inner awakening, it's also about showing to the world who you really are, bringing out your gifts, your unique talents, your unique qualities into the world and make them visible. So this is very important, and it will be, today you may become very, very aware around these things. Now, because I like to also connect it with science a little bit, I like to look into neuroscience, especially neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity proves that repeated thoughts strengthen neural pathways. So when you think consistently and feel emotionally aligned with that new version of yourself, and you take aligned action, you actually reinforce a new you. You become a new you. In psychology, they say how you think, how you feel, and how you behave creates your personality. Now, many people think that personality is who they are, but actually it's the byproduct of their mindset, of how they feel most of the time and how they behave, and this can be changed. And when we change how we think, how we feel, how we behave, our reality will reflect that change because our energy will change. As Joe Dispenza says, your personality creates your personal reality. It is impossible that you change completely how you look on life, how you feel, and how you behave, that your life would not change. It's impossible because it's a law. Life reflects your energy. So the law of attraction is not mystical randomness. It's attention plus expectation plus emotional repetition. So write in the comments, think consistently, feel emotionally congruent, and take aligned action. Write it in the comments and remember it. Think consistently about what you want. Not just what you want, but also how people who already have it think about it. How people who are at peace with themselves think. How they look at the world. Are they obsessed about wars, or are they actually building on solutions? That's how we are changing. Because when we consciously work on solutions, we don't feel so afraid because of wars anymore. We actually feel inspired and excited because we are trying our best to make a positive change. That is a positive state, while being obsessed about wars or whatever is a negative state. So it's attention, what we are paying attention to, plus expectation, what we are expecting from life, plus emotional repetition, feeling the presence of it. Write it in the comments. Attention plus expectation plus emotional repetition, and remember it. So let me give you an example. If you expect stability, my friend, you will notice support in your life. If you expect rejection, you will notice threat in your life. If you expect expansion, you notice opportunity. Isn't it true? When we feel stable, we will feel support. And you can go outside, step close to a tree, and try to feel stable like a tree. You will feel support from the earth. You will feel support from the gravitation. Then you will feel support from the sunlight. You will feel support from the oxygen. Suddenly, you will feel connected. And when you feel connected, you feel support from God or from life or from this universe. And suddenly, you don't expect rejection anymore because you just see you're worthy of this life. You're worthy of this stability. You're worthy of this body. And that's where people start expanding. They go from old identity that is based on limiting beliefs, of feeling small, of feeling like they are not intelligent, of believing they can't accomplish much, into expansion, knowing I am here to do great things, I am here to become more. And when you start expanding, you notice opportunities. It just happens. Like when you go from a belief, I am nobody, to I am somebody, I start looking around. Yes, I can do that. Yes, I can change my job. Yes, I can make more money. Yes, I can help more people. You start to see opportunities. And today's energy is strengthening, remember this, is strengthening expectation frequency, what you expect from your life. You see, in our brain we have a filter that's called RAS, or Reticular Activating System. It filters reality based on what you repeatedly focus on. So if you're buying a new car, you will suddenly see that car all over the place. And today is about refining that filter, clearing it, and truly installing into your mind what you want to see more of in your life. So it's about writing down your desires. Please do that. Write down your desires. Grab a book, join a community, or become a part of a movement where people are living like that. So you truly get into this energy. Whatever it is for you, you know what you need. And you will see that when you get fully into that energy, you will start to think like that person, feel like that person, and behave like that person. And then it's about discipline to maintain, to cultivate this energy every single day, to become it. Because in my life, I've experienced that around 3 months of staying consistent with something, it becomes a part of me. And I really mean that. So if you're honest with yourself today, maybe you feel a bit tired of trying, maybe you feel confused about your path, maybe you feel afraid, like you're behind, or frustrated with slow progress, or emotionally heavy or uncertain about your next move. I'm here to tell you that you are not a failure. It's not a failure if you feel it. But it is a misalignment in your energy, because alignment feels like feeling good. I feel good is when we're aligned, when we're being our true selves and following which we are meant to do. When we're in negative state, it means we're misaligned. So we're ignoring that misalignment. And when our inner world and outer actions don't match, it drains us. We feel even more misaligned. So many times we know what to do, but we don't do it. We know what to do, but we don't hold ourselves accountable. That's why I made that community, because I've seen so many people coming to me, hey, I know what to do, but I'm not doing it. And I said, let's put all of us together. So we create dissonance. This is called in psychology cognitive dissonance, when we know what to do, but we're not doing it. Well, today's day is helping you to remove this drain and to truly get in alignment with what you know that you have to do. So what I would encourage you, I promised you I will give you a practice. I will encourage you to firstly learn to regulate yourself. This can happen through slow breathing. So today, take some time, do a meditation where you will do some slow breathing and you will calm your body down, because that's where your subconscious mind accepts safety before it accepts success. And then you will rewrite your story. You will ask yourself, so please write these things down. What story am I telling about my life right now? You will ask yourself that. Because maybe you're saying it's hard, nothing works, I'm behind, it takes too long, or whatever it is. And then you will rewrite it consciously. You will rewrite it consciously. So if you're saying it's hard, you can say to yourself, I'm a work in progress. If you're saying nothing works, start noticing what is working and start appreciating it. This is discipline now, mental discipline. If you're saying I'm behind, say I'm right on time. No one is in front of me because I'm on a very unique path. I'm paving it. No one is in front of me. I am not behind. I'm right on time. And if you're saying like it takes too long, say I'm on a divine timing. You see, the feeling is different. When you say it takes too long, you're impatient. You feel like it's not working. But when you say, I'm on divine time, you have faith, you have trust, and you believe that the best will find you because you are doing your best. So choose a story that expands you and you will see opportunities. And then the third step for you, my friend, then make action, take action. You don't need 10 big goals, but ask yourself, if I fully trusted timing, what would I commit to? If I fully trust the timing, what would I commit to? And answer it. And then take one small action today, because today's energy amplifies micro alignment. So it's what you do, what you do in quietness. And we know that small moves done consistently reshape us. They reshape our lives. And then the fourth thing, because number 2 is deeply connected with relationships. It's a powerful day today to apologize to someone that you need to soften your ego, let go a little bit, clear resentment, or forgive. If you need to work on forgiveness, forgive today. It's also about having honest conversations with someone, maybe with that special yours, or it's about setting also clear boundaries. If you've been lacking that, today you can begin. And it's about a decision. When people say it's so hard for me to set boundaries, it's because you haven't decided. When you decide, then you are someone who respects you. And it just happens that sometimes we need to put ourselves at the first place, so we work on ourselves. And those who work on themselves, they are winners. Manifestation multiplies when relational friction dissolves. So many times we can't manifest because our relationships are suffering, and also our relationship with ourselves is suffering. So if you will do these 4 things today, you will do so much. And if you want even more when it comes to your spirituality, because there's a route number 7, you can go into introspection and reflect on the wisdom you've learned. Reflect on how much you're maturing spiritually. Reflect on the truth that is being revealed to you. And maybe for that you will need a bit solitude and higher awareness. So you will need to expand your awareness. And if that's something, take maybe 1 hour today for meditation. I just came out of my meditation. I took 1 hour today to align my energy centers, for example, for this powerful day. So I'm walking my talk, I'm sharing with you what I'm living. And if you want something for reflection, for your spirituality, ask yourself, who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? And just see what will come up. Who are you becoming? And yes, notice the answers. I'm super proud of you, my friend. So once again, I want to remind you, if you need more structure in your life, if you feel you would like to become a part of a community of dedicated people, if you're ready to rewire subconscious blocks or heal nervous system dysregulation or build emotional discipline or create aligned wealth or strengthen relationships consciously or stop repeating karmic cycles or manifest from stability, not desperation, I invite you into our new school community. The link is in the description of this video. And there we talk about very practical steps we can take daily. There's so much of practical work, but I feel more important than that is community. And also I am showing up, or I will be showing up weekly to support you and to help you. So yes, feel free to join. And well, today is a powerful day, so choose discipline, choose emotional honesty, my friend, choose gentle courage, choose small aligned action, something that will, bridge this gap that maybe you've created of this cognitive dissonance where you've been saying something, but you've been doing something else. Bridge this gap by actually doing what you know that you need to do, because that will take you to inner harmony over outer pressure. This energy is not asking you to be perfect, my friend, but it is asking you to align, to integrate this knowledge. And when you truly integrate this, your reality will respond. So happy 222 portal, everyone. I love you all. I also hope you've enjoyed in today's painting, a very special one. As many of you know, I'm also an artist, and I share these paintings with you because firstly, art helps us to get our brain into alpha state where we become more open for information. And it's also a visible demonstration of manifestation. There's a blank canvas and then you have a finished painting. And in between there's a bunch of chaos, not knowing exactly, will it work out? Sometimes you see me fail a little bit, but I continue, I keep going, because I'm a doer. I keep going. I stay consistent, I stay persistent, and then it works. So I want you to see these processes because you imprint them into your subconscious mind that every process in my life works the same. If I want to lose weight, if I want to make more money, if I want to be more connected with God, it's all the same. The process is messy, but if I stick to that vision, I will make it happen. So you can also get a print of my work or an original painting on AttractPassion.com. Feel free to check which one resonates with you, and see you in the next one. One love.